Mikado. Hello everybody, this is Mikado, and welcome back to Higurashi with the Kai. So last episode, I ended the chapter a little bit early. So, and this time, I'm gonna make it a little bit longer, even though I won't include the clip. I won't include the clips, yes. I meant the tips. So yeah. But I will be continuing on with 2 chapters, I think, maybe. So let's begin. I frantically searched by running my palm along the carpet, but nothing turned up. Oh yeah! He's looking for the needle. So, let's explain what's going on. He's looking for the needle that Keiichi is trying to get him to. Okay, got it. I tried moving around the sofa and desk, pulling up the carpet, and then flopping it around. But I couldn't find the needle. Did my mom clean up everything without noticing it? It was just 2 days ago. I didn't know what day they collected the burnable trash, but it may still be in the trash bin in the kitchen. Time to dig through the trash. I rushed into the kitchen, opened up the lid of the pail, and poured out the contents. But, even at a glance, I could tell that it would be incredibly difficult to find a needle in this pile of trash. I was looking for a needle in a trash stack. I know, I'll try running my hand through it. It was a bit gross, but I was looking for a needle. If I felt a small prick, I would be able to find it. It's a pretty tactless method, but it was the quickest. I held my breath and started striking the pile of trash with my hand. Fell throughout, but there was nothing more disgusting than this. But it is not the time to be connected with about such details. I continued on for a while, but nothing turned up. I wanted to search more thoroughly, but I was still on the phone. I couldn't keep Keiichi-san waiting for too long. I couldn't keep Shrek waiting. I did not want to disappoint him. Later, when Mom got back, I had to ask her if there was a needle. I hastily began scribbling on the notepad and fixed to the refrigerator with a magnet. Was there a needle? I scrawled the words out with a red pen. I then dashed back up the stairs where I'd been keeping Keiichi-san waiting for far too long. Hello? How did it go? I couldn't find it. I was really overwhelmed back then, and... I see. It would be great if you could find it. Keep it safe. That's right. The needle wasn't the only incident. I had to tell her about this morning with the hit and run. Also, Keiichi-san, that isn't all. Actually, this morning, that van was definitely aiming for me. I could say that without a question due to the circumstances at the time. Did you see the license plate? I can search for it from here. Damn! I flipped out, yelling back at him then, but I didn't look at the plate. What failures on my part with the needle and the plate number? I was just so focused on protecting myself that I let some of the most important details slip out of my grasp. I punched my pillow and annoyed how worthless I was. I'm sorry. I don't know much more than that. It was a white van. Don't tell the friend about my bar side. Anyone could be shaken up after being hit. I guess all of this isn't a coincidence, is it? Keiichi-san started to hem and haw over the other end. I could imagine him folding his arms. Also, Rena's acting strange, Satoshi. How so? Well, Rena said on the way back home today, asking why I was so much like Satoshi-kun. Now I could say with confidence that Rena knew what happened to Satoshi. She knew there was more to it than him just simply disappearing. Rena knows. She knows something regarding what happened to Satoshi, the kid who was deemed away last year. What would that be, exactly? Rena said, I was saying to Satoshi. She said that it was something to the effect of the ways are going. I'll end up with the same fate as Satoshi. Fate, you say? Exactly what kind of fate? Would say she said will befall you. Transferring out, she said. Transferring out? Rena says Satoshi transferred out. So given how things are going with me, I'll transfer out too. Keiichi let a stern sigh and grumbled loudly. Abara said, that's probably some sort of threat, or maybe some type of warning. I thought so too. At that point I started to think, would it be prudent to sum up everything that had happened up until now as the intentions of some human perpetrator? And on the other than the theory of it being Rena and others, I was hoping Orishima-sama's curse actually existing and the only other explanation. As only, yeah. Of course, I couldn't tell that to Rishi-san. Except, Rena's strange behavior could be proof that of the neither scenarios. Whether it was Orishima's curse being real or something being part of a conspiracy committed by all the villagers. Rena was involved. Rena had to know something. Rena was suspicious. What exactly was Rena? I couldn't help but think she was somehow involved with the prior string of mysterious deaths. I seem to recall that Uchi-san admitted to that he had dug into Rena's past a little. He was probably downplaying when he said a little. Meaning he actually dug pretty deep, most likely. I wanted to hear about Rena. I want to know what happened at her previous school. Among other things that were still unknown to me. If Rena was somebody I should suspect, no, not that. I wanted to know the truth. Tonight I was alone in this huge house. Even though I said I couldn't count on them, I had lost the security that I felt just by my parents being around. Security. It wasn't like this house was some sort of fortress or castle. If a malicious person decided to use brute force, they easily gained entry. There were no other residences close to my bar residence. No one would be able to hear anything, no matter how loud it was. I had never felt as much resentment towards my father's Texas timberman and the fact that he had this house built in such a remote location as I did right now. I wonder if I should still be here by tomorrow morning, so I had to ask. Right now. Was that a doorbell? I heard a doorbell! Because I had no idea when the next chance would come. Again! A doorbell! Rishi-san, I have something I wanted to ask about. Please don't keep anything from me. Sure, ask away. Even though he was far away on the other side of the line, this was the most reality he had ever felt. I wanted to ask about Rena, about what happened to her at a previous school. Actually, regarding Rena's... I know this is something that had been going on for a while now. Since I was so focused on the call, I hadn't paid attention to it at first, but I finally realized it was the doorbell. The time was 7 o'clock. It was past the time the postman would be making a delivery, and past any sensible time for our neighbor to be visiting. Considering it was just acting like nobody was home, but that wouldn't be good. That would ruin all the work I put into making it look like my parents were home. I needed to answer the door. Hello? Higurashi-san. Sorry, someone seems to be at the door. I'm going to see who it is. I guess. I see. My apologies. Should we end this phone call right now? That would be a problem. No. I'll be back in a second. Do you mind if I just leave the phone on? It's fine. I don't mind. I dropped the handset on my bed and dashed down to the door. I needed to make up a good excuse to get them to leave. I had a hunch it was the lady who called right before Rishi-san did. In which case, it would be one of the neighbors whose friends were with my mom. Whose friends is, yeah. I'll just say Mom isn't feeling well and went to bed early. That would be the easiest option. Oh? It would be hard for her to ask me to wake up my mom if she's not feeling well. The bell continued to ring at the regular intervals. If someone didn't answer after you rang the bell so much, you'd normally give up and go home, wouldn't you? Without removing the changer, I opened the door slightly and peered out at the visitor. A chill ran down my spine. I knew it. Somewhere deep inside, I prepared for this moment. I tried to escape by imagining it was the easiest person to deal with, one of my mom's friends. Good evening, Rena. There shouldn't be any reason for Rena to come over at this hour. The timing also made me feel uneasy, because it was just when I was about to ask Rishi-san about Rena. I wish I could have chalked this up to mere coincidence, but those unsettling words from beyond several days ago echoed back to me. There's nothing this old man doesn't know. Are you alone, Rena? Yeah, it seems that Leon wasn't with her. But that didn't change the situation at all. Why did you come here? Hey, Keiichi-kun, I'd like you to open this door so we can talk. Can I come inside? I wonder. It was true that speaking through the chain door wasn't the right way to talk to a classmate, but at my house the chain has to be on at night. Don't worry about it. Then it can't be helped, I guess. Rena pouted rather sadly. She kept smiling at me, and her effort to keep that smile up was quite pitiful. Even though she was tugging at my heartstrings, I didn't lower my guard. As long as I stayed like this, even if it made my heart ache, my life wasn't in danger. What I really feared, more than the possibility that hoodlums will assault me if I removed the chain, was trusting Rena enough to remove the chain and having my friendship betrayed. As long as the chain wasn't unlatched, even if it made my heart ache, I wouldn't have to deal with being betrayed by Rena. Since it didn't seem like I removed the chain from her silent urging, she appeared to give up on trying to get into the entranceway. Have you eaten yet, Keiichi-kun? No, I haven't eaten. Since my mom wasn't here, dinner would be ready no matter how long I waited. I lay down when I got home, was woken up by the phone, and didn't have the chance to eat since I used all that time up talking. I was going to have cup noodles in any case, but I could just eat whenever I wanted to. No, not yet. What about it? Then good, Star. Look here. I brought a bunch of dishes. Rena held out a stack of boxes wrapped in cloth. If I could use the kitchen, I could heat up the miso soup and other stuff, Star. It's fine. You don't need to do that. But there's a lot of tofu and vegetables in it. Does Keiichi not like that type of stuff? I wonder. There's no way I wouldn't like that. I love miso soup with a lot of ingredients. Red radish, carrots, burlap root, and potatoes, dense, fibrous root vegetables. Yeah, that miso soup looks incredible. I also brought rice, so if you can microwave it, then you can eat it really quickly, Star. Without a doubt, rice needs miso soup. Stuffing rice down your gullet, simmer down miso soup in between ravenous bites. Oh yes, how wonderful it is to be born Japanese. I'm American! Also, I made some more pickles, Star. I made satsai pickles this time. Before I moved here to Mizuho, I scooped up at the mountain vegetables called satsai. But I was captivated by their charm the first time I tried them. Such a deep, yet light flavor. The vegetables from the supermarket were tasteless and bland compared to these. If you had to describe them, then they were the vegetables for the uninitiated. To become an expert such as yourself, you first have to partake in a sansai. There's common knowledge around here that the Ryugu family's traditional pickles were wonderfully delicious. No matter what kind of pickles they are. They'd go well with that fluffy white rice. And also, but wait, there's more. But wait, there's more! So delicious. It just seems so delicious. Farewell to my healthy self who said he would do with cup noodles. Rena appeared to be in good spirits, and she was offering such delicious-sounding dinner. The stress evaporated from my gut, and hunger reared from his boisterous head. At the time, my wariness of Rena suddenly dwindled. Rena did say she was alone. It shouldn't be a problem letting her inside. Though, the possibility was laced with poison still hasn't been ruled out. At that moment, a cold chill ran down my spine once again. I couldn't understand why such a sensation occurred just then, but the voice inside me was sounding the alarm. The happy Rena speaking of this charming dinner was dependent on one premise. And that premise was that tonight, dinner had been made in my house, meaning it was under the assumption that my mom, who should be making it, wasn't here. At any normal household, 7 o'clock would be around the middle of dinner time. If my mom were here, we would be eating dinner around this time as well. The fact that she brought over all the makings of the meal at this time was inherently strange. Unless she knew. Rena. Did she? Did she know that my parents went home? But there was also the chance that this was a bluff. I had turned on the lights and a bunch of other stuff to make it seem like my parents were here. There was a chance that Rena was unsure if my parents were home, but I had to wonder. The laundry, the garage, the evening paper. There were plenty of signs of them hastily being tidied up. It was hard to say that Rena didn't have a chance to determine if my parents were here or not, but there was no reason for me to confess that right now. I should try holding on to the fact as long as I could. First of all, the chain was still latched. As long as I didn't take it off, Rena wouldn't be able to do anything to me. I'm quite grateful. I'm quite grateful. But dinner will be ready pretty soon. Huh? Is that so? Is that so? I know you went through all this effort and everything, but, well, I know what you think of a good way to refuse my words trailed off weakly. But some of these could work as side dishes, I think. Oh, but some of this could work as side dishes, I think. I'm sorry. We have more than enough already. My mom always makes quite a few sides, so... Huh? You have side dishes? The smell of that border on the current I dodged her questions apologetically. But the feeling I tried to ignore began creeping back up my back again. I spoke as if my mom was setting dinner down right now, but I didn't mesh with what Rena was saying. Rena was talking as if she was aware of some obvious fact, and that I was aware of it as well. So, Keiichi can cook. What did he make, I wonder? No! Well, it's not like I didn't assume out of nowhere that I had made the dishes. No. That's why I made them, but rather my mom hadn't. Did you really make them? Side dishes? Did you, Keiichi-kun? It wasn't me who made them. My mom did. No, she's making them. Right now. So you see, I'm sorry, but I can't eat what you brought. Rena fell silent at that moment. At that moment, I felt like the light had suddenly disappeared from her eyes. How about trying guessing what Keiichi-kun's dinner will be? It doesn't matter what I'm gonna eat. What I'm gonna do. Let's see. The conversation might appear natural at first glance, but Rena was firmly in control. It felt like I was being interrogated. Your dinner? I wonder, is this something that could be made with just hot water? Hey now, stop it with the insults. I can't believe you belittle my mom's extravagant dinner like that. Take a stove out full capacity already. It's that amazing. I tried my best to put on a strong front, but I couldn't grip my teeth quite right. So instead I looked like someone who was borderline hysterical. But Rena showed no reaction whatsoever, and even to that silliness. Keiichi-kun, did your mother really leave you dinner? No, you see, she didn't leave me dinner. She's making it right now. It's almost time for dinner. Rena had taken the assumption in mind that my mother was home and making dinner right now. It was completely ignoring it. If I told her the more I panicked, the colder Rena became. Hey Keiichi-kun. At that moment, an uncomfortable chill crept in from the gap of the doorway. Is your mom home, I wonder? Oh, I couldn't keep up this charade anymore. Rena, she knew full well that my parents were home, but I've come too far to admit that now. Anyway, my parents were here and we have been having dinner soon. That was the situation I concocted. So I answered. I told her that she was here. And she's here, of course. I could feel the humidity drawing out from the surrounding air. Rena's eyes were becoming more frigid, piercing with their glade glare. Oh my god! Again with that face. Why? What do you mean? I tried asking casual, but with that facade. I was torn off by the instant I looked into Rena's eyes. That look, informed me of Rena's response was, why have you been lying to me? I wonder. I'm not lying. That's a lie, isn't it? It's not a lie. Lies! Rena's outburst and jolt surging through my body. Rena and I were still separated by what, a few inches that is slightly ajar, but the stone chain door could afford. But despite that, I was still being cornered. My house, which I considered to be a safe haven up until now, had become more like a dark alleyway where no one could save me. Shall I guess your dinner, Keiichi-kun? Let's see. I knew now that Rena has already known that my parents would not be here tonight. But it was still so strange that it had come to this. Even if she somehow knew my parents were home, there was no way she could be able to guess what I'd be eating tonight. Well, Rena said she'd guess. How could she guess it? How could she know it was cup noodles? That's right, isn't it? That I was going to eat. Wait, could a repertoire of a man who can't do housework is probably nothing but cup noodles after all. Looking at statistically, it was the most probable answer. That didn't mean she was guessing. I don't think you'll be full with just noodles. I think having rice and stuff will definitely hit the spot. Calm down, Keiichi, my para. It was just a coincidence. Rena was just reading certain tales of mine. So the fact that she was inferring that what I was thinking was alarmed me. But it wasn't as if she was actually reading my mind. If it was being read, then she was a demon. No, not a demon. Things like that. It couldn't possibly exist. Do you like them? Do you mean noodles? No. Rena indicated that the point of my answer was wrong. Her rebuttal was so short that I momentarily didn't understand the words Rena had spoken. Oh, I thought she said something else. Sorry, Rena. What did you just say right now? Huh? Oh, what? Just now. You asked me if there was something that I liked, didn't you? It wasn't long before I regretted how carelessly I pushed forward with that question. It was just a simple answer. That was why I wasn't able to comprehend it. Pork bone and ginger flavor. I wonder how I appeared in the moments my mind went completely blank until the moment I was able to recover. As my field of view began to distort, slowly swirling in a counterclockwise direction, I had lost all sense of balance. Why do you know that? I didn't even deny it. That was the type of frenzied state I was. How could Rena know even this? Not even caring as I mashed my head against the door, I fixated my gaze on Rena. But she didn't even flinch when she saw me do that. I certainly did buy them. I bought a bunch at once. I bought a whole case. How could you know that? Why, I wonder. Quite strange, isn't it? Isn't it? How could you dodge a question at a time like this? The chain and the door suddenly were no longer protecting me. How do you know? Why do you know? Answer me! You bought them at 7 Mart, didn't you? 7 Mart. A shiver ran up my spine. I tried covering up with an angry facade. Like I said, why do you know that? I was behind you, following you the whole time. What are you saying? I couldn't understand why she was saying she'd been following me all this time. That's because Rena was right behind Keiichi-kun's back the whole time. Like that night? That night I was absorbed in my phone conversation with Higurashi-san. I didn't even sense her being there, standing behind the door, behind me, standing there, just like that. When Keiichi was picking out noodles, I was watching the entire time. You picked out so many different flavors, didn't you? Then your mom got angry. If you were going to pick the expensive ones, then you should just pick one type, she said. And Keiichi-kun picked out a big box of pork bone and ginger flavor that he loved so much, didn't he? Star. I like it too. Pork bone noodles. But I can never eat a whole bowl myself. My brain was paralyzed, dulling my senses. It might have been a defense mechanism to diminish the fear I was feeling through non-traumatizing levels. With the fear of being diminished, the fog enveloping my mind was cleared away. Then, I could understand what Rena was saying and started to put the meaning behind her words. Even so, my fear hasn't subsided completely. It was like I was standing at the edge of a cliff, eyes closed so I didn't have to look down. It didn't actually solve any of the basic problems. I slowly took a step backwards. As I withdrew, Rena advanced. So, Keiichi-kun, can you open this? Can we eat dinner together, Star? I'm sure it's going to be delicious, so... okay? Rena's parents threw their fingers squirmed through the crack of the door one at a time, as if they had a mind of their own, rattling at the chain. If she had unlatched the chain from the door, a feeling of terror would have just exploded within me. But Rena didn't do that. She was simply imploring me to remove the chain. She was doing the hardest to fight the fuse through the power keg in my heart, trying again and again. But it doesn't light. It doesn't light! Open up, Keiichi-kun. Please go away. I beg you. Please go away. How can you say something so mean, I wonder. Please go away! Go away! Go away! The power kit inside me finally went off. No, sportling it just exploded. I tackled the door. The force through the door had knocked Rena momentarily off balance. I couldn't hesitate here. I grabbed onto the doormat with both hands and planted my feet firmly and pulled with all my might. But that slamming sound I so desired didn't happen. I could feel a tiny but stubborn bit of resistance keeping the door from closing. And the source it was Rena's fingers. Each of those fingers wiggling, swimming around the trendles of the converse plant through the crack in the doorway. It hurts. It hurts, Keiichi-kun. It hurts. It wasn't a harsh shriek, but more of a yelp that she was trying to keep back. Go away! Go away! Go away! I kept on blowing the door with all my might. I didn't even realize that I didn't loosen my pull at the door at least momentarily. Rena would be able to pull her fingers out, and that was why the door wasn't closing. It really hurts, Keiichi-kun. I'm sorry if I was messing around too much. I didn't care one bit for her apology. No matter how much she apologized, it didn't change any of what she had done up until now. It didn't change anything. It hurts. It hurts. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go away! Go away! Go away! Rena couldn't even move if she wanted to. I trapped her fingers. Rena's right fingers become deep red and we are no longer even squirming. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go away. Go away. Go away. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Rena's apologies were occasionally twisted with pain, but like a broken record, she was intent on repeating it over and over. Go away. Go away. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it! I pulled the door even harder. Finally, Rena's finger was just somehow able to slip through the imprisonment in the door. At the moment that happened, the door closed soundly. I could hear the thud of Rena falling on her butt on the other side. I locked the door immediately. It made a loud comment, voicing my rejection to Rena. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Keiichi-kun. I'm sorry. Open up, Keiichi-kun. I trudged away from the entryway. On the other side, I could still hear Rena echoing her apology. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Those pitiful words. They will forever be seeking my forgiveness. I didn't feel bad about this at all. But that wasn't out of sort of malice. I just felt a sort of hazy sense of relief that I was able to escape from Rena. Before, Mia threatened me at the story, saying there was nothing she didn't know. They're just now at the same place. Rena told me the same thing. My feeble attempt to disguise the fact that my parents weren't home had served no purpose from the start. I should have just pretended to be out and not even opened the door. My meager plans hadn't helped at all. In Himizawa, it was impossible to outwit them. Even though I was on the other side of the door, I wanted to get as far away from Rena as possible. One step, two steps, with each one her shivering apologies became more distant. I sprinted up the stairs and dove into my room. As you would expect, I was finally no longer able to hear Rena repeating her endless apology. Diving into my bed, I was startled by the hard lump I felt. There was something in my bed? It was the receiver. I finally remembered. I was in the middle of a call with Keiichi-san. Looking at the clock, apparently not much time has passed since I went downstairs. Could it be my clock had run out of batteries? I talked with Rena for so long. How did almost no time pass? The hand on the clock was ticking forward every second as usual. One second every second. As I put the still warm receiver to my ear, time, which felt frozen, began moving once again. Hello? Keiichi-san? Sorry to keep you waiting. No, not at all. I didn't wait that long. It became apparent that the amount of time that had passed between myself and Keiichi-san was different. Over the phone, I could hear an energetic voice from a sports program or something. It drove home just how far away Keiichi-san really was. Rena just came right now. Did she come to play? I wasn't confident I could coherently explain the situation to Keiichi-san. But I didn't need to right now. Right now I needed to know about Rena. That's right, I was planning to ask Keiichi-san more about Rena. But Rena's little visit had interrupted the conversation. What was true and what was false? I couldn't tell. There's one thing I knew was a single grain of reality that Rena was suspicious. I might be able to figure out something if I asked Keiichi-san about her. Up until now, I regretted it whenever I was forced myself to know about things that I was better off not knowing. But, looking at it that way, you said I hit the rock bottom. There was no possible way I could feel any more regret than I did right now. No. Rather, I wanted to know if there was anything wrong I would regret more. Beyond this. Forget about tomorrow. It wasn't out of the realm of possibility for something to happen tonight. I wanted to know everything I could. I was absolutely not going to die like this. Not without knowing anything. I definitely won't. Regarding Rena Ryugu-san? I did a bit of digging. Yeah, well, it wasn't much. I understood that Keiichi-san was talking in circles. I bet, man, I dug so deep it would be hard to discuss with you since you're your friend. I want to know everything from your research. I don't think you'll be very interested in what I have to say, though. Keiichi-san. I spoke as calmly as possible to Keiichi-san, who was continuing to avoid the issue. And then, I said it. I think Rena Ryugu was suspicious. Even if the past incidents were from Orochiro-sama's curse, Rena Ryugu is involved. Do you have some sort of proof that makes you believe that Rena-san is suspicious? The manner in which Keiichi-san spoke became very firm. Do you have some sort of proof? That was him talking as a detective. All we have is circumstantial evidence. I see. I could tell even over the phone how disappointed Keiichi-san was. Pulling on the fishing line when he fell by only to be on the bay, disappointed but ready to cast the line once more. That's how it seemed. Keiichi-san, you can't do anything without physical proof, can you? What I meant was, you can't come and save me without proof. I stuck that barb in there. And Keiichi-san loved roundabout ways of saying things. He understood me just fine. It's fine, my Mara-san. I'll protect you. Now, it's not the least bit reassuring. Keiichi-san was just using me to continue its investigation. I was just going to get killed, and of course we an important piece of evidence. That was all I was to him. Whether I'm dead or alive may be no concern to your investigation, but it's all over for me when I die. Keiichi-san went silent on the other end of the line. They may have been too blunt, but I didn't care. All I needed to relay to Oishi-san was that I was currently in a very dangerous position. So please, tell me about Rena. Sanity transfer out. Not too far in the future, I'll probably do what Rena called transferring out as well. But you won't be able to find my corpse. You haven't been able to find Satoshi's body yet. Oh crap. Alright, Mabara-san, please calm down. I was already suppressing my agitation, even without Uchi-san having to tell me. It wouldn't solve anything if I continued to scream about my mistrust in the police. It would seem that it could only depend on myself and the bad Satoshi left behind to protect myself. Then I at least want to know about what happened before Rena transferred schools. You're aware that this won't be very interesting, right? Uchi-san, realizing my resolve couldn't be swayed, finally caved. Right now, to me, there is nothing I'll find uninteresting. Please! There are a few things I need you to agree to. Okay? Please keep this confidential. Also, part of this may be speculation. Not all of it may be true. Are you still interested? Might not be true? I don't understand what you mean. There isn't one main investigation for the mysterious chains of death in Himizara. Each one is treated as its own individual case. Thus, Rena Ryuga has never been linked to any of the investigations. Basically, you see. This isn't an investigation of Rena done by the police. And this is a personal inquiry, is that what you're telling me? Oh, I said that in Rishi's voice, sorry. This will make things a lot quicker since you understand. All of it is from either phone calls, meetings, and interviews. So they aren't corroborated. I'm asking you to take this all with a grain of salt, is what I mean. Do we have an agreement? All of it is just from what you heard? Yes, my apologies. It's all my personal investigation, you see. That thing. Before you said you saw Rena's chart, didn't you? I'm sure I heard you said that. But we should sound possible away from the other end of the line. I told you that too. Please pretend you didn't hear anything about that. I didn't care about Oishi-san having certain obligations and responsibilities. I also didn't care if there was no proof. Even if they were just rumors, there is no smoke without fire after all. Please tell me, Oishi-san. Understood. Oishi-san was finally opened those lips of his. It seemed that Rena lived in Himezal a long time ago. She moved to Ibaraki Prefecture after she finished elementary school. Then following that, right after transferring, the unfortunate incident with the break-in of school windows happened. Then Rena confided to the doctor. It was over Shiro-sama. This is all what he knew. There isn't much of this between what I know and what you know, Mara-san. Then, what part did you investigate further? I didn't need to ask. It was the incident that happened just after she transferred. The incident Rena was responsible for, and what she divulged to the doctor afterwards, correct? Yes. After you learned about that, you started suspecting Rena and the others, didn't you? Yes, I did suspect them. So they're the ones after all. No. That's not what I meant by suspect them. Uchi-san was the type of person to say things with confidence, but these particular words were less than reassuring. Then, who did you suspect? That it was Horishiro-sama. Huh? That Horishiro-sama's curse really exists. Yeah, right? Well... Uchi-san's laugh was quite dry, certainly not the kind you would want to join in. Uchi-san resumed the conversation about the dubious circumstances behind Satoshi's disappearance. The course of events up until the start delving into Rena's past. Just then there was thunder in the distance and the heavy rain started pouring down. It came without warning. It rained so heavy it felt like it could beat you down. I left the window in my room open to a crack to let the heat out. The violet wind danced into my room without making the curtains flap wildly. What was it? What is it? Ah, nothing. It started raining heavily. Sorry, please continue. I got up while the phone was still closed. I got up while I was still on the phone and closed the window. I said at the beginning it was an incident, but because neither the school nor the victims filed charges, the police were never involved. So you see, those involved were really reluctant to talk, regardless of there being a victim who had one eye beaten so badly it had permanent damage. It could have been the school or possibly some individual who made arrangements to keep this from going public. Also, the psychologist was very strict about the professional ethics. Hello? Wabar-san! Can you hear me? There was a figure of a person standing by the light near the mailbox this whole time. Even Mr. Winter Way, they still haven't moved it. They didn't have an umbrella. They were unquestionably drenched from head to toe. This shower, which more resembled a waterfall, droplets of water dribbled down from her hair. Just standing there, both arms dangling at her side. In one hand was a stack of boxes wrapped in cloth. Her eyes focused on my room. Focused on me as I was about to close the window. Her mouth, with methodology repeating, a chewing motion. It was as if she had something hard to chew in her mouth, with her cheeks puffing out. What could she be eating over there? How could it be at this time? I was more thrilled by Rena instead of shocking developments being brought to light by Higurashi-san. If it hadn't started raining, I wouldn't have gone through the window. Then I wouldn't noticed Rena, nor I would have noticed that. Rena's mouth was moving in the same pattern. She wasn't eating something, she was repeating something. What was it? What was she repeating? To me? What was she saying? And why was I right against the window, fixated on her? Hello? My bar-san! Can you hear me? Hello? I'm sorry. Huh? My bar-san? I'm sorry. 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 Hello? My bar-san! What's the matter? In this torrential downpour, Rena was still apologizing. The other self of me drew the window hastily with my right hand, blocking the view of the outside. But even doing that, Rena's relentless apology still reached my ears. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I forgive you for this, will you forgive me for that? Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop! I'm sorry. 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 Damn it! Why did I have to forgive her? I'm the one who wants to be forgiven. What part of me can't you forgive? I won't be killed. If you won't forgive me, then I won't forgive you either. I won't forgive. 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 I won't forgive. My bar-san! If you can hear me, then please respond. Hello? Oh! You gotta be kidding me! You ended there? Holy crap! You trolls! You complete trolls! Whew. Whew. Rain of apologies. Alright, everybody. This was the end of chapter 11! I think we only have like 1 to 2 chapters left, coming from the achievements? Yeah. Chased by shadows. Please uncover the truth. Enjoy the Onikakushi after party. Yes! We're almost done. Well, everybody, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you next Higurashi when they cry. Also watch the tips if you want to. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. I'll see you next time.
Okay.